What's good, everybody? We're out here for, I think we're only going to be out here for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that, guys. We are going to make this one quick and easy. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but the payout has increased. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. I didn't catch it yesterday, but Living Out Loud, the podcast, upped that payout by another $40, guys. All right, so we're going to get out here. We're going to get into it. I'm going to do a little bit of ditch hopping today. That's what we're going to call this one, the ditch hopping episode. All right, so who do we have in the chat right now? Shout out to Chauncey. He says Happy New Year in the MoneyBass Nation. Shout out to Jody and Michael Dean. Looks like you were the first ones into the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. We are about to head out and ease on over to where we're going to get started at for today. Let's clear out some of this stuff on the screen. All right, so we're going to see what we can make happen. I want to see if I can get some fish on a spoon, and a swim bait are going to be the baits for today. And also, I mean, I might have to break out my Thor's hammer, guys. If anybody knows what Thor's hammer is, put that in the chat. All right, we're about to get to it. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Let's go ahead and roll out, guys. All right, I want to give a big shout out to Daniel checking in and Karen. Now, I have a question for you guys. Are you able to tell how rough the waters are? Take a look at these waves that are coming through here. So I was getting beat up pretty bad. Let's see, can you guys see those white caps out there? So we have some high winds today. So we're going to get out of this wind, go back into the back of this cove. So you guys just have to bear with me for a little bit until we get out of the wind. The game plan is still the same. We're gonna get out here, see what we can get to the boat real quick. The day looks beautiful, but the wind is kind of crazy. So I know it's gonna be a little rough out here today. Let's go ahead and get the units and everything set up. All right, how's the wind? Can you guys hear all that wind noise coming through? Those waves may either look very large, or you may say, hey, that's nothing at all. But look at those white caps, guys. This boat is definitely rocking back and forth. Let's see if you can even tell. Yeah, I guess you can kind of tell a little bit. We have Rep says, oh, hey, you're back. Happy New Year to MoneyBass. He says, let me see, Mods in the chat, yesterday was my first time to your channel. It was an interactive. Okay, oh yeah, it's always fun and interactive. All right, good deal. Glad to have you back. Hinton says, tighten up your mounts so your screens ain't so floppy. Hey, Hinton. I've been in some rough situations. Those mounts have taken a beat. So I have to make some adjustments as far as the knobs and stuff like that go on there. But yeah, so they're gonna be flopping around for a good little minute till I get that stuff taken care of. And let's see what is going on up here. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. All right, we have Steve Wimpy in the chat, guys. All right, looks like we may need to change this unit out. It is not coming on. I don't know what I did, but maybe you guys saw those waves were nothing nice coming across here. So I'm just letting it drift right back to get into the back of this cove before we get things rolling. So let's go ahead and swap this unit out real quick. So all we're doing right now is just drifting, guys. I don't really need this unit at the console right now, so we're gonna move this one back up to the front. It says Hummingbird. Oh yeah, those are some Hummingbird units. But yeah, coming across the lake, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the wind is pretty rough right now. The wind is pretty rough, making the run across the lake very rough. Let's see. Get this drop shot set back up. We might use this drop shot today, guys. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But like I said, we're going to be out here for, this one's going to be quick and easy, guys. So I'm going to be out here for about hour and a half. See how many fish we can get to the boat. And I don't know if you guys noticed. Shout out to Daniel. He's already getting things started. I haven't even started fishing yet, guys. Daniel has already hit the channel with the $5 super chat. Well, actually, that's a super sticker. Really, really appreciate that, sir. So yeah, we're gonna get to it in just a second. Let me just get some things set up. But what I was saying was, coming across the lake, it was pretty rough. Those winds have definitely picked up. Let's see, how do I get this out of here? Cam says, hey, you noticed that wind? And let's believe I noticed it too. Today the wind is not my friend. It is trying to beat me up. Right, there we go. Got that ready. All right. Ace says, let me get those coordinates. Shout out to Ace. What's going on? Good to see you in the chat. So we're gonna be out here for about an hour and a half, something like that. Oh, congratulations. Ace, I sent you a little message yesterday. Is it true? Is it true, Ace? Is it true? Just put it in the chat. If it is, I got to give you another congratulations. Post on, I believe it was Facebook or something like that. But yeah, definitely want to say congratulations to you, sir. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Where did I just put my tool at? All right, here we go. Man, this wind is crazy out here, guys. Look at the water. Can you see this right here? That is the wind about to hit me. Bam, now I'm right in the middle of that wind. So you can actually see the wind coming across the top of the water whenever you're out here. Ace said, yes, sir, I'm engaged. Oh, my goodness. All right, everybody in the chat. You see Ace Carney just got engaged. Congratulations. Everybody put congratulations. Give Ace a big shout out. Congratulations, sir. Good thing, good thing. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and hit spot lock. I don't think this cove right here is gonna help me stay away from this wind. All right, take a look at those trees. Can you guys see the way that wind is swaying those trees back and forth? Yeah, I see you guys congratulate. Yes, congratulations to Ace Carney. Just got engaged, guys. Going into the new year as an engaged man. All right. Yeah, this cove is not hiding me from the wind at all. And actually, I need to get that unit back on there because I believe that's the unit that my GPS is connected to. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I can spot lock now. All right, so all we have to do is just make a quick adjustment on here. Now, I remember back in the day, guys, I run into issues on the lake whenever I'm in the middle of a tournament, and you really don't have time to complain. You just have to get out there and make some things happen. So let's go ahead and tighten this down real quick. All right, and so the plan for today, guys, is just doing some ditch hopping. We're gonna be hopping from ditch to ditch, and let me just show you what I'm saying ditches, what I'm referring to. So in these coves, when you're going into a cove, this right here is the ditch, and I'll come and fish these. This black area is the oh my goodness, look at the water coming over the front of the boat. All right, let me focus. All right, but yeah, so I like fishing those drop-offs like that. So that's what we're gonna be looking for. Oh my goodness, now that one definitely came over the deck and got me wet that time. Shout out to Hinton, says ditch fishing. Oh yeah, we're gonna be in some ditches. All right, let's go ahead and get this live imaging set up here in the front. Then we're gonna get to it. All right, let's do it the easy way. All right, so what I have to do is hold down my view button, and that will allow me to go into, goodness gracious. Holding down the wrong button, that's why it's not doing what it's supposed to do. All right, there we go. So we need to go into sonar views. Just waiting for live imaging to finish updating and this system to finish booting up, so everything is on. All right, so what we'll do in the meantime, while I'm getting that set up, we'll just be making a few casts. And like I said, the wind over here is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stay over here. I'll stay over here for just a second till we finish getting the unit set up, and then we're gonna get out of this wind. Craig Davis says, "Come on, Money, you got this." Oh my goodness, I don't know if I got it yet. I gotta get out of this wind first. Gotta go in here and get these units set back up. All right. There we go. Edit. GPS. It's gonna be G2N. All right, so I'm just going through here, getting these settings, getting the settings right, guys, before we get into it. All right, got that set up, got that side imaging, down imaging. All right, so we're looking good on everything. Down imaging, just have to move everything up front now since I disconnected that 12-inch unit. All right, I'll tell you what, guys, we're gonna have to move out of this wind. Can you guys hear this wind? And maybe you can tell by the way the front of this boat is bouncing up and down a lot. But we're gonna move over to another location. But the goal for today, you guys saw the payout has increased. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Put in another $40 into the Bass for Cash payout for you guys. So the full pot is sitting at $140. Oh, goodness. That is not what I wanted. A foot full of water. All right, let's go ahead and let's run for safety. We're gonna run for cover. All right, Greg says the wind is blowing like a typhoon. It sure is. Man, there are white caps out there, but what I have to do is just find the area, because if this was tournament season, your partner MoneyBass would still have to make it happen. So this water is trying to come over the side of the boat and get me. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, shoot, it got me that time. Ah. All right, what we're gonna do today, guys, we're just gonna hide. We're not, Ace said, get in them coves. I'm trying, Ace, I'm trying. Do you guys see all of this? All right, so yeah, I'm trying to get to the coves. What I'm gonna do is just go back and hide in these coves, guys. So the winds, can somebody look up the, can somebody look up the weather report for Lake Lanier? What are the wind speeds right now? Because I can tell you these winds, and it's steady. It's not even wind gusts. These are just steady winds. And believe it or not, I've been in way worse than this, guys. We're still alive. We're still alive. We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it. They said it's 68 degrees, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I would say that is a good thing. All right. we made it through all of that. Oh my God, guys. I don't know if you guys could tell, but that was brutal. That was brutal. You probably took a beating on that one. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff reset. All right, so what we're gonna have to do is a change of plans. We're gonna kind of hang out in the cove and just stay hid away. But hey, we'll still make it work. How much time have we killed by going through all that craziness? Let's go ahead and run a little bit more. All right, here we go, guys. This is where we will be for the day. Let's get up here and check on the equipment, see if we can get some things running. Everything's still alive. Gotta straighten everything back up. Yeah, that was a brutal run right there, guys. That was brutal. Wicked Weasel said, check your fishing rod inventory after that one. Yeah, all the fishing rods are good. I remember Wicked Weasel. I had them strapped down this time. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and reset everything. All right, so what I was saying earlier, guys, the payout has increased. I want to give a big shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. I did not catch it. Some of you may have, but on the at the end of the show yesterday, Living Out Loud, the podcast came in with an additional $40 paid towards the Bass for Cash. All right, so now the full pot right now is $140, everybody. So big shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Maybe she'll be in here in a little bit, hopefully so I can, we can all give her a big thank you. Shout out to Texas Newbie. Says, oh, how often do you reset everything? Well, I mean, I'm just shutting everything off and turning it back on. But yeah, I'm not going through, doing like a factory reset or anything like that. So while we're doing that, I think you guys may still be in the wind a little bit. Ella says, please have your kill switch with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My kill switch is right there. My life jacket, I always have that on. So we're good. We're good. Ella says, bet this is fun. That boat is made for this. Yeah, the boat is made for that. But guess what? It was not fun. And look at that. After I made it back over here, do you guys see that? The sun has just come out and everything is just calming down. Just like that. Look at the water. Just like that, everything started calming down. We have Sixth Sense Junkie checking in, said the wind speeds are 15 to 19 miles an hour. Well, shoot, it felt like they were about 115 miles an hour whenever you were out there in it. I don't know if you guys could actually see all the water that was coming over the windshield and everything, but let me know in the chat. Were you guys able to see the water that was coming over the side of the boat, over the windshield and everything when I was running? Shout out to Steve Wimpy. He says, the LOL, the podcast, you really got that bank account on point. I'm loving that. Truly appreciate you and your support. Yeah, big shout out to Living Out Loud. I don't know if she's in the chat just yet. Hopefully she'll tune in today so we could all wish her a happy new year. But yeah, so the full pot is $140, everybody. So we have a nice pot waiting for somebody. We're going to see if we can give away some of this money today. Shout out to Steve Wimpy and SWAT Lawn Operations. I mean, he keeps telling me that nobody really wants the money. That's why nobody's been winning. He's like, they don't really want this money. Yeah, guys, just waiting for everything to get booted back up and get running. So what kind of plans do you guys have for New Year's? What kind of plans do you have for New Year's Eve? Daniel said, yes, we did see that water coming over. Now, this is one of those that I have to go back and watch the replay myself because I need to see from your end how it looked. Daniel says, oh, yeah, it looked rough. It was definitely rough. Terry C said, I'm going to be sleeping. Hippie Dave said, stay sober. Hinton said, the first bass is going to be an 11-pounder. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I'm on the right lake for that one. Chris Phillips says, going to do a little deer hunting here in Texas. All right, so what time does the deer hunting start? Are you saying that's what you're going to do tomorrow? Wimpy said, nobody wants this money today. Everybody has enough money for 2024. Now the wind just changed direction. Look at the wind going across the water, guys. Can you see all of that? That is the wind just kind of going across the water. That's not even waves. That's wind. Ken says, I'm flintlock hunting right now. So are you sitting in the truck, Ken? Cotton Hayes says he's going to fish Kentucky Lake. All right, good deal. My goodness, this wind is not playing today. Can you guys see that wind coming across the top of the water? What's going on, Voodoo? Voodoo says, have you caught anything yet? Man, I caught a bunch of waves to the face. I caught a beating out here trying to go across this lake when this wind was blowing. I did not look at the weather report or anything, guys. There's somebody else coming through here. Let's see if you guys can see that. See how rough that ride is out there. Can you see that boat? Can you see the white caps that they're fighting against out there? And all those birds? Yeah, so those waves are still big out there. You can see that boat just porpoising like crazy. Where'd they go? There they go. Yeah, it is kind of ugly out there today, guys. But over here, look at this. It is nice and sunny. Nice and sunny. Just the wind comes through every once in a while. You see it right here, guys? That's the wind coming across the top of the water. It's getting closer and closer to the boat. And as soon as it gets here, I kind of feel that gust of wind. It's not moving as fast now, but here it goes. It's about to hit the boat now. Yep, there it goes. Just hit the boat. Steve Wimpy says, money, we need another Thickums. All right, you want another Thickums to the boat today? Man, but I mean, I caught all those fish yesterday, and nobody guessed the weight of any of the fish for yesterday. We even increased the pot just for yesterday. I think, what did we increase it to, Wimpy? I think we increased it to what, a $50 payout per fish? And they were still like, nah, that's all right. We don't need that money. We don't need it. Shout out to Killer 007 says hunting for the Loch Ness today. All we need is a 14-incher. That's about it. Just get a nice 14-incher to the boat. All right, so yeah, guys, we took a beating on the way to where we were going. So let's take a look and see. Let's see if I can reset all these units and get everything back up and running. Yeah, knock my settings off and everything. Goodness, that was rough. All right, let's see. Got that set up. Now let's see what my options are for sonar. All right, let's go ahead and reset that. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. He says increase to to $50 for the members and $25 for subscribers. That is right. Now remember, it doesn't cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash, guys. It is all free. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, and that is it. All right, I think I saw the screen we're looking for. All right, there we go. Let's just reset it. All right, there we go, guys. Voodoo says, I think Clint wants to sponsor today. Did I miss something in the chat? I don't think I missed anything, did I, guys? I try to stay on top of the chat, make sure I'm keeping everything right. There's another guy coming in. I think everybody's running from this I think everybody's running from this wind because it definitely caught me off guard, but I did not check the weather report before I came out here today. What did Wimpy just say? He says everybody needs to hit the like button. Why is that? Are the likes looking bad? I know we have to have a good proportion of likes to number of people in the, oh my goodness, the likes are ugly. The likes are terrible. Man, I'm out here taking a beating in this wind and these waves and everything for you guys, bringing you this thing called Bass for Cash. And we have 32 likes. We're pushing close to 100 people in the chat. Where did the love go? Where did the love go? Shout out to Archer. He says like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. Now check it out, Arthur. It does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, all right? All you have to do is subscribe. Bass for Cash is where I get out here on a weekly basis, bring a few fish to the boat, and as I bring those fish to the boat, all you have to do is guess the exact weight of that fish. If you do, you will win a nice cash prize. Now, yesterday we had increased the payout to $50 per fish, and nobody still took that. Nobody still took any of that money. They didn't want it. Each fish we brought to the boat, no official winner was the message that I kept getting. So we're going to see if that's going to change today. Just make sure you guys have already hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button because the likes are looking kind of ugly. Now, that's another thing that we do on this channel. We always make sure we keep those likes up because it really does help promote the channel, guys. Uh-oh. Look who we have in the chat. It's Alexandra Corbett in the chat. We need everybody to put AC in the chat. She is giving you guys the rules of engagement. Now, it is very important that you go to the link in the description so that you know the rules of engagement so that you do not get disqualified. You do not want that to happen. All right, I see you guys shouting out Alexandra Corbett. Really appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get one or two fish to the boat. Now, guys, I think we only have about an hour left out here today. I spent too much time out there trying to battle through all that craziness that was going on. So we're going to spend this next hour focused on getting a fish to the boat for you. Greg Davis says, I don't care about the money no more. I enjoy every minute of it. Oh, yeah, we're having some fun out here. We're definitely having some fun out on the lake. Now, let's see. What does Alexandra say? She says, Bass for Cash jackpot is $100. Actually, check this out, Alexandra. I missed something yesterday. Living Out Loud, the podcast, had sent a Cash App to me yesterday and added another $40 to the Bass for Cash payout. So the full pot right now is $140 for Bass for Cash, guys. Now, what we do is we pay that out in increments. For each fish that is caught, we will give out $20 to the person that guesses the exact weight of the fish, all right? Now, if you are a member of the MoneyTeam, membership has its privileges. Instead of one guess per fish, now remember, everybody, you get one guess per fish. The members of the MoneyTeam, those are the members of the channel, membership does have its privileges. They get 2 guesses per fish, all right? 2 guesses per fish. All right, let me see. Let me check some of these settings, guys. Navigation, pinging on, pinging off. All right, so downrange, we're not going to be too deep today, but actually there's a fish right under the boat. So let's see if we can bust him in the head with a spoon again today, guys. You know, we were having some fun with the spoon yesterday. It might work again today, so we'll see. We'll check it out and see if it'll pay off. Then, of course, we still have this drop shot. I had a fish on with that, but that fish came off. All right, so here's the fish that we're going to target right there, guys. It's a fish right there under the boat. So we're going to let this just drop all the way down to the bottom. And just kind of bounce it off the bottom, guys. Man, this wind is still starting to pick back up. I thought I could hide, but this wind is not letting me hide today at all. Greg Davis says, Bass for Cash is real. That's right, just like the Bendation. Bass for Cash is real. Shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. You guys see the information in the chat. SWAT Lawn Operations is based out of Conyers, Georgia, and services all surrounding metro Atlanta areas. For a free estimate for your residential and commercial properties, there's the number 404-423-5131. Very strong supporter of the channel, guys. And like I always say, I like supporting those that support us out here on this Bass for Cash thing on a weekly basis. All right, let's try something else, guys. Wonder if I can swap these units back now since we're out here and got things under control. Man, we were taking a beating going across the lake just a few minutes ago. Steve Wimpy said, let's put some stank on it. All right, we'll see if we can put some stank on it. Yeah, who was that? Greg said, oh yeah, the likes aren't looking too good, Greg. What is going on with that? What happened? Voodoo says, is everything charged? Oh yeah, we're charged up today. The only issue is the wind coming through here not treating us too good. All right, let's take a look around, see what we can see. Sitting in about 34 feet of water. We have Richard Green tuning in, says, oh, we're back in the water today. That is true. Zombie Mars says, I caught a 4-pound bass yesterday. Good deal. You know what? I did too. I caught a 4-pounder. Were you watching yesterday? Whenever that 4-pounder came to the boat, and nobody still guessed the weight of that fish. Oh my goodness, look at the chat. Do you guys see all of those badges? Those are a lot of people who have been gifted memberships by other members of the Money Team. Really, really appreciate everybody supporting the channel. The membership of the channel has been getting very, very large because you guys keep buying those gifted memberships. Really, really appreciate the strong support of the channel. So who is the current sponsor of the live stream today? I believe it is Daniel with that $4.99 super chat. Big shout out to Daniel. Really appreciate that, sir. So we're just going to be out here easing around a little bit, seeing what we can see. You know what? I think I'm going to go back into this cove. Let's go and check the ditch in this cove back here. We have Zombie Mods back in the chat again. Appreciate you for tuning in. Kevin Smith says, give me a membership. Wait a minute. What just happened? Is that Caden? Shout out to Caden. Hit the channel with the $3.99. He put Pookies. Caden hit the channel with the $9.99. You know, that makes Caden the sponsor of today's live stream. Really appreciate that. And what I say every time that we're out here, guys, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, gifted memberships, just support for the channel is the sponsor of this live stream because this channel is supported by you guys. All right. And if you take a look at the sub count, we are definitely growing and growing fast. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers, guys. So we've been having a great time out here. Get together every week. So make sure if you have not subscribed that you do hit that subscribe button. And one of the main reasons you want to subscribe, guys, is because Bass for Cash, it does not cost a thing to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber. So we went ahead and put a little stank on it. Now let's ease on around and go into this cove. And what we're looking for today, guys, the goal for today in this next hour, we just need 2 fish, guys. We just need 2 fish because I feel somebody's gonna go ahead and take some of these funds today. I think you guys learned your lesson yesterday. Shout out to Caden. I see you guys shouting out Caden in the chat. Really appreciate that. All right, hold on. I think I see a little something that caught my attention. Let's go ahead and pause for the cars right here real quick. Look at Voodoo. Voodoo's trying to entice him. He says, Clint Perry, you know you're itching to hit those gifted memberships today. Oh, goodness. Look at Voodoo trying to instigate a little something. Greg Davis says, I'm never underguesstimating again. Oh, yeah. Greg was shooting and missing like crazy yesterday. What was happening yesterday? Everybody was shooting and missing yesterday. We're going to let that drop down. So we're fishing. We're sitting in about 33 feet of water. We're fishing 30 feet of water. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What just happened? Did I just miss something? Caden came in with the $4.99. Caden was like, I'm going to sponsor this thing today. And a big shout out to Clint Perry. He hit Chad Catbird with the free membership. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Caden. Everybody put Caden in the chat. Everybody put Caden in the chat. Caden is like, hey, this seems like a little fun out here. Let's get into it. All right, now. When I get these fish to the boat today, guys, now, like I said, we don't have much time today. And actually, I kind of snuck out here. I'm not even supposed to be on the lake today, guys. I had to kind of sneak away. So you have to make it worth it. You have to make it worth it. All right, so for each fish caught, remember, you get 1 guess per fish. Now, if you are a member of the Money Team, a member of the channel, if you have one of those badges next to your name, you get 2 guesses per fish. And also, you get double the payout. So membership does have its privileges. Let's keep on moving a little bit. Wind's still kind of picking up out here. Today's current live stream sponsor is Caden, Fire Gamer, with an honorable mention going to Clint Perry. Shout out to Clint Perry hitting the channel with the gifted membership. And also, we can't forget about Daniel. I think Daniel hit the channel with the $4.99 super chat a little earlier. Definitely appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to head off in here and go straight into this ditch. Let's see if we can find something in this ditch, guys. Drew says that wind is blowing a little today. A little? Drew, you weren't on here probably about, what, 20 minutes ago? About 20 minutes ago. If you saw what was happening, oh, my goodness. It was a disaster zone out here about 20 minutes ago. So, yeah, that wind was blowing a lot. Those wind speeds were steady blowing 15 to 19, and I couldn't even be able to tell you what the wind gusts were. But they were horrendous. Yeah, Drew, if you just got here, you may want to go back a little later and just kind of watch some of the replay. Maybe about within the first 5 to 15 minutes. I have to actually go back and watch it myself because that wind was brutal. I was catching a beating trying to make it across the lake. So I had to come back in here and hide in the cove. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in, spending a little bit of your New Year's Eve doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. We're going to see if we can make it happen. Not going to be out here long today. So we're just looking to get 1 or 2 fish to the boat. See if somebody wants to walk away with some of this New Year's Eve cash, all right? Remember, whenever you win, those funds are sent directly to you immediately. So you will have those funds to spend for New Year's Eve, guys. How about that? All right, I see a nice little ditch coming up here. So we're going to focus on that. Oh, yeah, there we go, guys. I see what we needed to see. Bam, I saw what we needed to see. So we're going to post up right here for a second. I think we're going to get a fish out of here now, guys. Sitting in about 31 foot of water, casting up to about 10 to 15, and then just bringing this shaky head back. Richard Green says, come on, fishy, fishy. Richard's like, hey, man, I want a chance at some of this bass for cash. All right, so remember, the payout per fish today. I don't know, Wimpy. You wanna boost it up a little bit today? What do you think? We have $140 total that is in that Bass for Cash payout pot. And what we do is pay that out in increments. So right now it's $20 per fish, guys. $20 per fish. And all you have to do is guess the weight of that fish to win that money. Shout out to Hog Catcher. Uh-oh, Hog Catcher, you ready to come out here and do one of these lives? We're putting one together for this week. Are you in? Are you in? Are you ready to make it happen? Greg Davis says 102 viewers. Shout out to the chat. Oh, yeah, the numbers are getting big, guys. We're pushing about 15,000, coming up on 15,000 subscribers, guys. So we're moving, making some things definitely happen going into 2025. So by the end of, I would say by the end of January, we'll be over 15,000 subscribers, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. That is it. That is it. Just subscribe to the channel. Once we get a fish to the boat, if you guess the exact weight of that fish, you will walk away with a nice $20 bill. Now, if you are a member of the Money Team, you get 2 guesses per fish. So you get twice the chance to win. And once again, it does not cost a thing to participate. It is free to participate in Bass for Cash. Want to give a big shout out to the members of the Money Team for making that happen. A big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, one of the original supporters for Bass for Cash. Hog Catcher says he'll be ready next week. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can put a little something together for next week. Alexandra says Bass for Cash $140 jackpot is sponsored by SWAT Lawn Operations with donations from Jay New, Kevin the Fish Kid, Justin White, and Living Out Loud the podcast. That is right. She got the names down. All right, good deal. So yeah, so pretty much, guys, the members of the channel, they have been chipping into this Bass for Cash just to add a little more excitement to it for everybody. Add a little more excitement and payout. How about that? Excitement and payout for everybody. Voodoo says, where's Chicken Hawk been hiding? Chicken Hawk is definitely hiding. He couldn't even beat me from the bank, guys. I think that really took, I think he really took that kind of hard. Hog Catcher says, do y'all pay in PayPal? Hog Catcher's getting his account ready. He's like, oh yeah, I'm getting me some of this New Year's Eve Bass for Cash money. Yeah, I think they do Cash App and PayPal. And I think somebody may have mentioned Zelle too. Shout out to Caden. Shout out to Caden. Caden is going into 2025 with a bang. He says spending habits are taking over right now. Oh my goodness. I got to get a fish to the boat for Caden. Everybody put Caden in the chat. Caden is definitely the sponsor for today, right? I'm pretty sure Caden is in the top spot for the sponsor. And what I say for anybody that is new to the channel, whoever gives the largest Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker, or gifted memberships during the live stream is the sponsor of that day's live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, subscribers, and sometimes people just swing through every once in a while just to see what's happening. I mean, we've had the biggest payout go out to, I believe it was Joshua Wilhelm. I remember that name because he won the biggest payout so far on Bass for Cash. That was $150. That was before we were breaking it down into increments. He just came and took the money from everybody. And everybody was like, hey, buddy, get out of here. Who are you? How are you just going to come in here and take the money that people have been here trying to win for a few days? And they just came on their first time viewing the channel and took off with all of the money, guys. Man, I can't believe I'm not getting bit. I'm seeing some nice movement and everything. Shout out to Daniel, says, got to go. Catch you in 2025. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It is about to be 2025. He says, good luck, everyone, on the guessing, and blessings to everyone in 2025. Drew said, did you put some stank on it? Oh, yeah, I put some stank on it. You know, I had to put a little bit of stank on it. All right, I think I see what we need to see. I'm right in the middle of this ditch, guys, sitting in 33 feet of water. Let's go ahead and get this spoon and bust them right in the mouthpiece. I think we're going to make something happen. Now, take a look, guys. There are the fish right here under the boat. So we're going to drop this spoon and let it go all the way down. Hit the bottom, and now we're just going to jig the spoon. Let's see. Let's see if they want to cooperate today. All right, my spoon got foul hooked on that one. Greg Davis says, I'll be in the Philippines next year. Shout out to the Philippines. All right, just dropping the spoon down once again. So there's some movement down there, guys. It keeps getting foul hooked on me. When it's foul hooked, the retrieve is, the way it flutters down is real good whenever it's foul hooked, but it just doesn't. It's not good if a fish gets on it like that, because I've lost fish like that before. Drew said, you ever run a deep crankbait down the middle of the ditch? No, I haven't done that, but I'll throw like a little swim bait with a little jig head on it, and that's what I'm about to do right now, because they aren't really reacting to this spoon the way that I was wanting them to. All right, let's see. See if we can get their attention with a little swim bait. Little swim bait actionis. nothing. Man, oh man, time is ticking. All right, let's go ahead and move around a little bit. Clint Perry says, Money, you catch any fish for, let me see, Money, you catch any fish for 5 memberships? So you're saying if I catch a fish, you're going to add 5 more members to the money team? Oh, my goodness. Is that what you're saying to me, Clint? If it is, I can't disappoint the people. Let's just try one way out there and let it go all the way down to the bottom. And pull that back. Living Out Loud, the podcast. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. All right, now Living Out Loud, check this out. It says, hello, MoneyBass in chat. It's a great day for fishing. It sure is. Now, I'm waiting to see one of your riddles, but Living Out Loud, something snuck by me yesterday. I did not see that you had sent a $40 Cash App to increase the Bass for Cash payout. I need everybody to put LOL. That stands for Living Out Loud. Living Out Loud, the podcast, has increased the Bass for Cash payout. It is now $140 is what's in the total pot, guys. Living Out Loud, always doing big things on the channel. Really, really appreciate you. Oh my goodness, Living Out Loud came in strong, but where's the riddle at? I'm ready for a riddle. I'm ready to see if you have something for us to try to figure out today. Everybody shouting out Living Out Loud, the podcast, giving everybody a chance to get out here and get a little more Bass for Cash. Steve Wimpy says, Living Out Loud, the podcast. Thanks for all the support. Really, really appreciate that. All right, that was a nice 80-foot cast. We're sitting in about 30 feet of water. Gonna let this little swim bait fall all the way to the bottom. Shout out to Mac Attack. We have the Mac Attack in the chat. Says just subbed. Really, really appreciate that. Now let me let you know a little something, Mac Attack. We're doing this thing called Bass for Cash. It does not cost anything to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, which apparently you are now a subscriber to the channel. And what we do is go into we go into subscriber only mode whenever it is time to guess the weight and start weighing these fish. All right. That will allow you to put your guess in the chat. Now, if you guess the exact weight of the fish that I bring to the boat, then you will win a nice payout. Right now, we are paying out $20 per fish. Thing about that, though, is your partner MoneyBass got to get a fish to the boat. And today I wasn't able to run around like I was planning on because I took a terrible beating earlier whenever I tried to run across this lake. The winds are high. Shout out to Colorado Fishing. What am I missing in the chat? Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Living Out Loud, the podcast says, my dad is a fisherman and fishing has been a part of my life for my whole life. She says, I love it. She says she loves getting out there fishing. Oh, yeah, we have a great time out here on the lake. Whether you're fishing from the bank or fishing from a boat, hey, it's always a great time. You saw me out on the bank earlier this week and was still able to take some of Chicken Hawk's money. So that was a good time. Hyro says, how do you keep your spinning rod from wind knotting? I tend to use bait catchers more because of it. So I use braid backing. This right here is Power Pro, just the green color. But on my other ones, you see on my other spinning reels, I use a high-vis yellow, depending on the technique that I have that rod set up for. But I use braided line for my backing. And then I tie an Alberto knot to that and run anywhere from 8 to 12-pound fluorocarbon. I run 12-pound fluorocarbon on my shaky head. And that's only about 20 feet long, that leader that I put on there. So that's how I, uh-oh, guys, uh-oh. Look at this right here. So there's a fish right there, and it's coming over to my swim bait. It's coming over to it right now. Let's see. and it's a no-go. Let's drop that spoon down there. See if that spoon will get their attention. But that's how I set mine up. I have braid, main line, and then I tie that to fluorocarbon. So we're out here in 30 feet of water trying to make some things happen with the spoon right now. Just trying a few different techniques. I'm kind of limited on what I can get to today, guys, because of the wind and everything. Hyro says, thanks, I'm definitely about to run that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, so that works for me. Braid for your main line, and then I'll put like a 20-foot leader of fluorocarbon tied with an Alberto knot. And that makes it to where I can fish my spinner rods with ease. Kevin Smith says, guess who's back? Back again. Shout out to Kevin Smith, the second. Drew said, that looked like a nice fish. It sure did. It would have been nicer if it had put its mouth on the hook, right? All right, let's keep on looking around. So we are in this cove right now, just hiding from the wind. But I may have to head back out there into that wind again if we're not getting the results that we need out here in this cove. Greg Davis says, I want to see some bendation. Hinton says, MoneyBass, can you shout out my channel? It's Hinton Carroll. What's going on, Hinton? What do you do over there on your channel? Drew says, throw the worm down there. Okay, so you want me to hit them in the head with a drop shot, huh? See if they'll hit that drop shot. And I'm seeing some activity and some movement out here, but they're just not acting right. Kevin, Two Fishes is back in the chat. Says bendation for monetary donation. All right. Ooh, I thought I felt a little tappy tap, guys. Sometimes I shoot first and ask questions later. You know, like when you hear something in the house, you shoot first and then you be like, hey, who is that? Was somebody over there? You have to shoot first and be like, hey, what was that? But yeah, I thought I felt a little tappy tap, but it wasn't anything there. Hinton says he does some fishing and hunting. All right, Living Out Loud, the podcast says, riddle, how do you communicate with the fish? How do you communicate with the fish? Let me think. Does anybody know the answer to that riddle? Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. How do you communicate with the fish? Is it through waves? Sound waves? Hyro says, try a Nico rig. I took my nephew. He took my nephew out the other day. He caught a 5-pounder. All right, Drew says that pressure is dropping where you are, so they could be getting a little lockjaw. That's what it is. That's what's happening, Drew. That's why I'm not catching any fish right now. They have lockjaw. Somebody put some Loctite on their jaw. Is that what happened to me, Drew? Man, this just isn't working today. So we're going to move around in just a second. Living Out Loud says you drop a line. That's how you communicate with the fish. I'm trying to communicate with them right now. They don't want to communicate with me, Living Out Loud, the podcast. What's up with that? I'm dropping a line, but they don't want to communicate. Shout out to Hinton, says I remind him of Mark Daniels. Met Mark Daniels and Mark Daniels and Brian Latimer hanging out at one of the expos, having some fun with the fellas. All right, let's see, guys. What's going on? We have Anderson Brown in the chat. He says, what bait are you using? Right now, I'm jigging a spoon. I'm just looking around in these ditches, seeing if I can find a fish that wants to come and get active, but they're just not acting right. I'm gonna keep on moving. Man, do I need to get back out there in the wind, guys? James says, what lake? I'm out here on Lake Lanier in Georgia. All right, Anderson, let me just show you real quick. So this is the spoon that I'm using right there. Put a feather hook on there just because I like the way it looks. See, added some eyeballs on there. You know, I like to customize my bait sometimes. Even if it doesn't catch a fish, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to have my customized baits on there. All right, guys, let's ease across the lake real quick. We're just gonna idle. We don't have much time left. So now that means we have to get to it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Now look, we are up to 70 likes. We have had over 100 people in the chat. The likes should be up to at least 100 likes, guys. We're out here trying to make some things happen. I am trying to get you some New Year's Eve money. Once I get a fish to the boat, all you have to do is guess the weight of that fish and you can walk away with that cash. It doesn't cost a thing to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel and that's it. Curtery says War Eagle spoon. I'm not sure. That's a Cordell or something like that, I believe. Shout out to Al Plain. Says here, hold this like. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I see you guys getting the likes up. All you have to do is double tap the screen. And that's how the like button works. I think once you do that, or some fireworks or something like that will go off. Shout out to Christian Edwards. Says just subbed and liked. Christian is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some of that cash for that bass. Cause we're gonna make it happen, guys. We're gonna get a fish to the boat before we get out of here today. So we can see if anybody wants to win any of this money. Does anybody want any of these funds? Anderson Brown says braid or mono. On the spoon, I'm fishing fluorocarbon. Wind isn't as bad right now. Living Out Loud, the podcast says, do you or anyone in the chat make your own bait? So I don't necessarily make my own baits, but I get baits and customize them and stuff like that. I believe there are some people that's been in the chat that make their own, make their own lures and different things like that. It's a nice little hobby, nice and relaxing. So we're in 40 feet of water right now, guys. I'm not really finding any fish that want to come out and play today. What's up with that? Alexandra says today, the Bass for Cash prize is $25 for subscribers and $50 for the Money Team members. Okay, we boosted it up again. All right, guys, we're trying to get this New Year's Eve money in your pockets. It does not cost anything to participate, guys. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. That is it. Just be a subscriber and you are eligible to win some of this cash for these bass. Ken says, how you hitting them, Money? I'm not hitting them at all just yet. I was a little confined today. I tried to go out there and run the lake a little bit, but the wind said, no, sir, not today. That wind threw me right back into this cove. I was taking a beat, guys. I know you can hear it now. That wind is picking back up again. Ricky Bobby says, I'm here for the content. I don't care about the money. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Ricky Bobby in the chat. Oh, yeah, we definitely get out here and have some fun. Rick Davis says, I am my own membership. Ricky Bobby says, grew up on the Great Lakes. I know all about wind picking up. Oh, yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is nothing like the Great Lakes, what I went through a little earlier. But if you want to see what was happening earlier, I would say just once we finish up, just go back and watch maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes of the show today. And oh, my goodness, I was definitely taking a beating. Units getting knocked all around. Somebody was like, is he going to make it? Is he going to make it out of there alive? All right, let's see. Let's clear this up a little bit. Man, I'm not seeing much today. Ken says, I can't hear you. I think the audio and stuff is still all right. I just wasn't saying anything. I'm looking, Ken. I was focused. Trying to make sure we get something to the boat for you guys today. Six Cents Junkie said, there ain't no fish in that water. There's fish out here. I just haven't got them to the boat yet. Our plane has anyone has standing water in their foot pedal recessed area? Yes, sir, sure have. There should be like a little drain in there. Sometimes that may get plugged up. So you just have to go and clear that drain out. Sometimes they put like a little piece of foam or something in there. So it just needs to be cleaned out to let the water drain back out of there. Ken says, is this live? I can't hear anything. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. We are live out here today. EJ, who was that? E Junior says it's time to change up. You're wasting time. Time is wasting. Yep, we're changing up. We're changing up. But remember, I'm kind of limited, guys. I can't go out there on the main lake. It is a little too rough out there today. So we're gonna hang tight. Let's drop this drop shot down here and see if any of these fish on the bottom want to come up and play. Wait a minute, did I miss something? Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Hit the channel with the $9.99. Says MoneyBass, get that one in the boat for Hippie. You know I gotta do it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You're putting your pressure on your boy. I'm trying to make it happen for you. Six and six. What'd you say, Kim? We can't hear you either. Oh man. All right, so I see a few fish, but these fish are definitely not cooperating today. Let's see. Ken says, now I can hear you. All right, we're gonna idle back into one more cove, guys. We got a little bit more time left. Time is ticking. Can I make it happen? We are about to find out. All right. Shout out to Living Out Loud. The podcast says, Riddle, what did the fish say when it hit the wall? What did the fish say when it hit the wall? I don't know. You got me on that one. Does anybody know? What did the fish say when it hit the wall? Christian said the fish said, ow. What did it say? Oh, fish. Yeah, I don't know. Living Out Loud. What did it say? Hippie Day said probably ouch. Frisco says it didn't seawall. Emmett says mount up. Christian says it said what the oh my goodness. I don't know, living out loud. Looks like you may have got everybody on that one. Is anybody even close? Richard Green says scallop. Oh, no, that was a good one. I like that one. I like that one, living out loud. It said damn. Okay, that's a good one. Hippie Dave said, why can't Miss Piggy count to 70? Uh-oh. I don't know, Hippie Dave. Why can't she count to 70? Oh, goodness, Hippie Dave, you had me nervous. He said, never mind. Oh, we might have a customer, guys. Man, there's a fish down there, but it will not hit the spoon. So let's go ahead and change it up. Let's put a little bit of stank on it. We're going for the grand finale, guys. How much time do we have? We are almost out of time. Richard Green says, come on, fish. It's New Year's. Come and join the party. Oh, yeah, we're trying to make it happen. All right, let's put a little bit of stank on there. It's a party over here, a party over there, party over there. E Junior got it. He knows about that bass feast. Mr. F30, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. I think it's about time. I think it is about time to go ahead and see if we can get a fish to the boat and see who wants to win some of this cash for this bass. Voodoo says, what's the answer? I missed it. What was the question? Does somebody have another riddle? Some party over here, party over there. All right, all right. Cashton says, what is the biggest bass you have caught? I get asked that question a lot. So the biggest spotted bass that I caught is a 5-pound, 11-ounce spotted bass. The biggest largemouth that I caught was 8 pounds, 8.5, 6 pounds. Six Cents Junkie says, how do you catch a polar bear? How do you catch a polar bear? How do you catch a polar bear? I don't know. Show it some salmon. E. Junior says, show the whole pic. Looks like a dock. Gotta be some structure to fish. Yeah, so there's some structure out here around these docks. Boat ramps generally have a bunch of old concrete and junk and stuff like that. After they finish making the ramp, they just kind of dump the extra stuff out there. These fish do not want to cooperate. Man, the wind has found me. The wind has found me again. E. Junior says, I saw money and bass in the same sentence. And I was like, I got to go check it out. What does that mean? So, E. Junior, today, is this your first time coming over to the channel? Kevin Smith said, water temps still say 50s. Where I'm at now, it says 53.2 degrees is the water temp. Kevin Smith says, let's see. Hippie Day says, welcome new folks. It's usually not this slow. Oh man, I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes you got to get out here and it'll take me a minute to kind of move around and figure out, where the fish are at. And once I find them, then I have to figure out what they want to eat. And then payout, right in that mouthpiece, we start getting to the boat. Oh my goodness, guys. Ricky Bobby says, all of our water is frozen. Man, this wind has picked up like crazy now, guys. Feels like it's gonna blow me off of the boat. Wow. Can you guys see the color change of the water? This wind gusting again right now. I cannot even tell you how strong it is. E. Junior says, throw a spinner bait. Yeah, spinner bait is a good thing to throw on windy points. I know that's like a signature move. Shout out to John Joe. He says, are you seeing any fish on the graph? I have been seeing fish on the graph, but those fish have not been cooperating today. And with the high winds that we were having, I wasn't able to really get away. So I'm kind of stuck in this cove, trying to see what I can make happen. Drew says, get out of the wind. I tried to. I came in this cove and I was out of the wind, but the wind direction changed on me. All right, looks like a rock got me that time, guys. Let's go over there and see if we can get it. Time is ticking. Almost out of time, guys. Almost out of time. All right, so what kind of plans do you guys have for New Year's? Oh, you know what? We're up to 87 likes. We just need 13 more likes, guys. Can we get up to 100 likes? Can we go into the New Year's with 100 likes on the board? Richard Green says, put a tent in the boat. Looks like we got a break off. Oh no, there we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. Sitting in 13 feet of water right here. Somebody said nitro. Yep, I'm running a nitro. Frisco said, you didn't check your line? All right, Frisco, let's check the line. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Frisco, you saved me. There are a bunch of nicks in the line. Frisco saved me. How about that? All right, let's go ahead and drift back just a little bit and go ahead and do a quick retie. Shout out to Frisco. I was a little anxious. You know, sometimes you get lazy. I'm looking at the time. I know I don't have too much time left out here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Thought I'd ease out real quick, see if I could get a fish or two to the boat for you guys. It's not over yet. Man, look at the head on that lure. It's all beat up from hitting those rocks. But yeah, it's not over yet. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're just trying to get a fish to the boat real quick to see if anybody can walk away with any of this Bass for Cash New Year's Eve money, all right? All right, so there you go, Frisco. We got the retie going on. Now all I need is the catch going on, and we'll be good to go. EJ says, are you running a Ned rig? Just wasting your time. You're right. Everybody let him know he's right. Christian says, dollar bill, y'all. I think we've been out here for a little over an hour, guys. Didn't really get a chance to move around like I wanted to. Man, that water is rough out there. I can still see it. But yeah, we'll be back again. Probably be back out here tomorrow, maybe. See if we can give away some New Year's cash. How about that? Does anybody remember what the weight of the biggest fish from yesterday was? Who remembers what the weight of the biggest fish from yesterday was? Frisco says, sure you won't be hungover tomorrow? I am pretty positive of that. I just want to kick back and relax. E Junior says, if you're there, I'm here. Shout out to E Junior. Really appreciate you for tuning in. Voodoo says it was 4.8 maybe. Who was watching yesterday? Who was watching yesterday? Uh-oh, there we go. Michael Dean. Michael Dean got it. Michael Dean guessed 4.43, and that is correct. It was 4.43 pounds. But nobody guessed the weight, so nobody won the money from yesterday. But yeah, so that was the biggest fish from yesterday. Do you remember what that fish was caught on? Does anybody remember what that fish was caught on yesterday? Man, this wind is blowing hard, guys. Al Plain says he was there, but he was over. Michael Dean knows the full deal. He says a shaky head. That is right. All right, somebody set the clock, set the time clock. We got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, guys. Can we make it happen in 10 minutes? All right, I got to focus. Let me go ahead and get my focus. Let me get my focus on. And we're going to make it happen. So I am throwing a shaky head. I'm throwing it on a spinning reel. This is a 7.2 medium with a loose Mach 2 spinning rod on there. I have either 15 or 20 pound high vis yellow line for my main line to prevent the line twist. And at the end of that, I have a 20 foot, 12 pound fluorocarbon leader. And I tie those two knots together with a Alberto knot. Hey guys, we only need 5 more likes to hit 100. Can we make it happen? Can we make it happen? Al Plain says, all you got to do is say this is the last cast and then kapow, fish right there on the line. Voodoo B says, I should have looked on FishX Live. That is right. Shout out to Voodoo. Have any of you heard of FishX Live? FishXLive.com. Have any of you heard of that? If you go to FishXLive.com right now, you guys can set up a free subscription right now. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Shout out to FishX Live. Can somebody put FishXLive.com in the chat for me? I saw quite a few of you had signed up yesterday. It allows us to go in there. You can actually go and look at the catches from yesterday. So if you go to FishXLive.com and just do a search for anglers on the tab, once you download the app, just look for MoneyBass, and you can go and view my online journal. You'll see the fish that I caught yesterday. There we go. Shout out to Clint Perry. Put FishXLive.com in the chat. Man, this wind is not giving me a break today. Shout out to FishXLive.com. So yeah, if you guys are fishermen, tournament fishermen, definitely check out FishXLive.com. That app it's a tournament app, but it has features on there for the individual fishermen. One of the main things that I have been showing you guys is the online journal of catches. So you can go on there right now and take a look at it. You can download it for free. I was not paying attention. Crossed over that line. There we go. Got it back. Shout out to the Freshwater King. Uh-oh, guys, we're down to 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. 5 minutes left on the clock. In real life, what KJ says, how are you fishing finesse in that wind? How are you making it happen? Hippie Dave said you need a helicopter lure. Where is a helicopter lure when you need it? You might be right, Hippie Dave. Where is a good helicopter lure when you need it? So yeah, we've been seeing fish today, guys. They just weren't cooperating with me today. I could not figure it out. I'm pretty sure somebody out here had to have figured a little something out. But these fish today, they were like, nah, MoneyBass, today is not your day. Not today. Frisco said, I think I need to donate what'd you say, a chatterbait. John Joe says, I agree with E. Jr. We have 5 minutes left, guys. 5 minutes. just need one of these fish down there to communicate. Yeah, to communicate a bite is what we need. Uh-oh, not the banjo minnow. We have euphonium court is back. John Joe says, how big is that pot? Is that real? Oh yeah, the pot right now is sitting at $140. $140. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Slid through yesterday and added another $40 into that pot, so it has increased. Membership does have its privileges. You know, you guys get 2 guesses per fish. But the thing about it is your partner MoneyBass got to get a fish to the boat first, right? Voodoo said the walking worm. Oh no, not a single fish in 2 months. No, that's terrible. That doesn't sound like much fun. Dub the angler says, I need a fix. I need a fix, man. Two minutes on the clock. All right, there was a fish there, and then that fish was gone, just like that. 2 minutes on the clock, guys. 2 minutes on the clock. Shout out to Ohio Dan. Ohio Dan says, what lake is this? I'm out here on Lake Lanier in Georgia, fishing for some spotted bass. Voodoo says, those infomercials were something. What kind of infomercial did you see? So somebody was mentioning FishX Live. Has anybody gone and registered on FishX Live today? If you have registered on fishxlive.com, type FishX Live in the chat. Let's see what do we have going on in here. What do we have going on today? Man, that wind is definitely brutal. All right, we're gonna hit this lay down, and then we're gonna call it a day. John Joe says, I have not registered for FishX Live. Well, remember, right now you guys can set up a free subscription. I have that set up for you guys. You can go on there and get a free subscription on FishX Live. At least just go on there, download it, create your profile, and upload something into the journal just so you guys can see how it works. If you don't like it, then you can just remove it. But right now, you guys can be the first on board to go to fishxlive.com. Real life with KJ says, did the wind die down? No, it has not. The wind has definitely not died down. What's going on, Junior? Good to see you back in the chat. All right, guys, there we go, Drew. One more cast. This is it, guys. One more cast. Can we get this fish to the boat in with this cast right here? The last cast of 2020. Oh, man, I messed it up. I messed it up, guys. I felt a little something, but it was not a fish. All right, here we go. The last cast of 2024. There we go. This is the last cast of 2024. Real life with KJ says, sure, your last cast. Real life KJ says, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. He said, I'm not buying it. All right, there you go. There you have it, guys. That was the last cast of 2024. And there was no fish. How about that? That was the last cast of 2024, guys. All right, let's go ahead and head this way real quick. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to, oh, something's wrong with my bail. What is wrong with this thing? Is it clicking? Oh, there it goes. Oh, I thought I had messed it up. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, shoot. I slipped. Oh, man, what just happened? I slipped and accidentally, oh, man. That was an accidental cast. I slipped and accidentally cast, guys. I slipped and cast. It was not supposed to happen. I was walking and tripped over the deck right there. And next thing I knew, my bail opened up on its own. It was practically on its own. The bail just opened up and it casted. How did that happen? Whew. Oh, man. I'm glad I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay, everybody. I'm okay. I just slipped and accidentally cast. Can you guys see this wind? Real life with KJ says, told you not your last cast. Oh, well, this isn't really a cast, KJ. This was a slip. I slipped. The bail opened. When I slipped, I don't know if you guys can see it, but see, let me just show you right here. See, I have to step up right here. So when I stepped up, I missed the second one, and my foot hit it, and I slipped. And as I was slipping, the bail I accidentally flipped the bail and the rod slung out like that. So that was not really a cast. It was just a slip. I'm trying to tell my wife fishing is dangerous. Well, listen, Drew, if you need to convince her of that, search MoneyBass almost sank on Gunnersville and show her that video. Put MoneyBass almost sank on Gunnersville. Search that on YouTube. Man, this shout out to Ellis, says see you next year. Drew says slipification. That is right. I gave you guys a lesson in Slipology 101. All right, guess what, guys? That was the last cast. Shout out to, who was that said that was not going to be my last? Real Life with KJ. He said, I knew it wasn't going to be your last cast, but that is the last cast. We're about to head out, but guess what? Does anybody know how much my last fish of 2024, how much that fish weighed? What was the weight of my last fish for 2024? Does anybody know? All right, guys, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Listen, make sure you guys go and check out fishxlive.com. Let's see who got it. Tony 450 got it. Michael Dean, he knows what it was. Let me see. Max Sato says, what do I do here on fishxlive.com? All right, so FishX Live, let me just show you guys real quick. We have some people in the chat. So going into 2025, FishX Live is the next thing, guys. So you can hop in on the ground floor. Let's see. FishX Live. There we go. FishXLive.com. Unleash your inner pro. This is a customizable full-scale tournament app featuring live streaming capabilities, live leaderboards, and a live chat allowing organizations or anglers to make money and fish like the pros. There you go. So go to fishxlive.com. It lists the features that come along with it. Let's see. Host live tournaments. So you and your friends can get together. Whether it's 2 of you or 50 of you, you can host live tournaments, live weigh-ins. It has a live leaderboard. And this is the feature that I've been showing you guys a lot, is the Journal of Catches. Now, once you go to fishxlive.com, you just go straight to this button right here and click download the app. Once you download that app, then it will come up and you just set up your profile page. So that's me right there. That's your profile page. You can go in there, set up your bio, all of that good stuff. As you fish tournaments on FishX Live, it'll show you all of the tournaments and stuff that you participate in. The main thing that I have been showing you guys is the Journal of Catches. So you can go on there, download the app for free, set up your profile, and just go to Anglers. There's an Anglers tab down here. Go to Anglers, and you will see where you can search. You can find MoneyBass. Go to My Journal, right? Now, this was yesterday. These are yesterday's catches, guys. 4.43, all right? So let's click on that one right there. And now you can see that fish. That was a 4.43 pound spotted bass. I have the details of that catch. Now, look, this right here says private info. And this is only you can see this private info below here. But up here, people can come and look. They can see your catches. They can see the lake you were on, the weights. But you can make this whole journal private if you want. But this area down here is always private. This is where you put your catch details. So if I want to, I can pull this up. I can go to the map. See that little green dot? It will show me where I caught that fish at. The water temp, water clarity, the weather. All of that is right there for you guys to be able to see. But again, this is private. This information is private down here. But this is the information that people that go to my journal will be able to see. You can see the fish that I was catching yesterday. All right. So there we go. That's your partner MoneyBass making things happen out on the lake. So that is fishxlive.com. So make sure you guys go to that right now because it is set up for you to be able to get a free 7-day trial subscription. So just go download the app, log at least one catch in there so you can see how that process works. It's definitely worth it, guys. So I hope this will help you guys out going into 2025. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and supporting the channel. But there we go, guys. fishxlive.com. Make sure you guys go and check that out. I might see you guys out here tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Really appreciate it, guys. We are gone, and I will see you